Alright, so what is going on, guys? Welcome to something a little bit different here today on my channel. This is Factory Town, and this is a game that I've been playing a little bit in my free time, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. This game is like a simulation game, but there is more things that I like about this game. I like the whole fact of it's mainly based around trying to get things working automatically using conveyor belt systems and little carts and stuff like that. But I also love the art style of this game. You will be able to see the art style in just a second, and I really do enjoy this game. I think it's recently either released or gone into early access. I'm not 100% sure just yet, but I don't know a whole lot about this game. I've only dabbled with it for a little bit, and I'm having a lot of fun. So this is Factory Town. I believe you can pick this up on Steam right now. I'm not exactly sure if it's available anywhere else, but I'm excited to be jumping into this. So I've had a few little tests to try and get used to some of the mechanics, and I've only scraped the surface. So we're going to go ahead and start a brand new game here. And if you guys do want to see some more of this, let me know. But I'm enjoying the game so much, I thought, why don't we at least make one video on it to see if this is something that you guys are interested in either wanting to watch me play, or maybe this is something that you want to play yourself, and just me making this video has brought this game to your attention. So we're going to start off on the default scenario because I don't know a lot about it, so I don't want to go into advanced. We do have a lot of biomes that we can either start in, and by changing different biomes, it kind of changes the starting screen that we're on. So this is kind of like a map that we have right now. I'm going to stay on plains and rivers because I feel like that's the best one to go for. We have a lot of available biomes as well that we can add, but I'm not going to change any of these as well. The map size, we can go on infinite, large, medium. I'm going to keep it on medium as well. I think that should be good enough. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put it to infinite. So if we need to go a little bit further out, we can do. Creative mode, we don't really need to deal with that. I'm going to leave autoplay space. And what I am going to do is I'm going to do the smooth starting area. And what that's going to do is if we scroll in here a little bit, as you can see, it just might change the hills a little bit. If it's smooth, it kind of smooths them out a little bit. So it means that for our starting area, it's going to be a little bit more flat, and it's going to be a little bit easier for us to start with. So I think we're going to leave the map like this for now. Let's go create our new map, and hopefully we get a good start to our base. I'm going to close these tips because I'm going to talk you through them, and excellent. This is actually a brilliant start. So we start off with some trees here next to our little house. This is our base here that we have where we can store all of our materials. We've got stone here as well, so we can have our little workers collecting these trees and also collecting this stone. But what makes it even better is that we have a whole bunch of grain here which we're going to give to our workers to increase our happiness and make our workers work a little bit quicker. We've even got ourselves some pear trees here and some herbs, but we have a nice little flat area here to be able to do our houses. So we do have the little basic tutorial here that we're going to be going by, which is going to kind of give us the step-by-step guide to how you can start making your little civilization in this game. So we need to expand our town, and we need to gather wood. So we need to grab our little workers here. We then need to right-click on the tree and then drag it back to our base. And what that's going to tell our worker to do is to grab this resource and take this resource to here. And they're just going to constantly keep doing that. So I'm just going to go and get 2 of our little workers to grab some wood. And I'm also going to get 2 of our workers to grab some stone, because we are going to need this stone a little bit later on. Now, also, what we can do is, I don't think it actually tells us in the tutorial itself, but we can make ourselves some paths. So if we open up the builder menu here and then go to paths, we can make footpaths. And if we make these footpaths, our workers are going to use these to move along, and they actually run quicker on paths than they do on the normal grass. So if I do the same here, you'll see they'll move a lot quicker to and from their target. And there's roads and different conveyor belt systems that we can use in this game as well. But we have collected enough wood, so we can now build ourselves some houses. Right now we can build 4 houses. We can increase the amount of houses that we make by leveling up our little starter house over here. And every house that you place down increases the population of the amount of people that you can have. So where should we put these houses? I'm going to put these houses here for now, I think. So can I place 4 of them down? No, I don't have enough wood just yet. As you can see in the top left, I've only got 2 wood. So I'm just going to leave it as two houses for now. But as you can see, we now have 8 workers that we can have. So I might actually add a couple more workers just to get a little bit more wood, because the wood is going to be something that we're going to need a decent amount of for everything really in this game. But we can automate that a little bit later on as well. So what we're going to want to do now is earn ourselves some coins. We have 4 different types of coins here that we can use. I've never got to unlocking or earning the blue or the purple coins. I've got up to the red coins, but we need these coins to do a lot of things with. So we're going to need to supply our houses with some grain to 1, increase their happiness, which boosts the speed of production. And also, it's going to give us some money. So I'm going to go grab these 2 workers that we have here, and I'm going to drag the grain and move that on to the houses. So I'm going to do a couple of paths here for them, just so they can do that a little bit quicker. As you can see, there they go. And right now we're getting 1 coin for every grain that goes in. And if we click on the house here, we can actually see it consuming the food. So it takes 3 seconds to consume the food, but we are providing it at a good rate at the moment. But of course, the more houses we get, the more food we're going to need. Lumber mills. So lumber mills turn wood into planks, which you can use to make many buildings and upgrades. So we needed to gather 5 stone. That's the reason why I had these guys collecting some stone. They've already got 77 stone, which is quite nice. And we actually have enough wood now from these guys to build the final 2 houses. So I'm actually going to do that quickly. That's going to give us 4 more workers. So I'm actually going to pop another 2 workers down here to go ahead and collect the grain, so they can feed all of these houses, which just gives us a happiness of 4. Now what we want to do is work on the lumber mill. So the question is, where do we want this lumber mill to go? I might actually try and make my wood production over in this location, because we have a really good amount of trees over here. We've only got a couple of trees here, so these are going to empty very quickly over a period of time. And we do have a couple over here as well. But I feel like this is a much better amount of trees that we have, and we even got a little iron ore as well, which I haven't actually experienced before. So I think for now I'm gonna go and do a lumber mill over in this direction. So let's go place that down. We've unlocked a bunch of new things. We've unlocked the chute, which is very good. We've unlocked the workshop and the grain mill, and we've unlocked a lot of stuff that we can use as well. So that's going to be very nice. So let's go move on to the next stage, which is assigning planks. So to assign planks, we need to click on the lumber mill. We need to click on the recipe down here at the bottom and click planks. Now, as you can see, to make 1 plank, it's going to take 2 wood and 3 seconds. So what we're going to need to do simply is have a couple of our little guys, our little workers, bringing wood and placing it into the lumber mill. So I'm going to place a little path there for now. I'm going to take one of these guys, and I'm going to have him putting some wood into the lumber mill. And our final available worker that we had can also do the same thing. So this is going to fill up quite quickly with these 2 workers, and we should be getting a decent amount of planks to start off with. Of course, if we do need to take any more workers around, we could grab a couple from here. But at the moment, we should be fine. Bring the plank from the lumber mill to my base and add it to the inventory. So right now, with these planks in our lumber mill over here, as you can see, we have 6. We're not actually able to use these to build things because they're not at our main base. They need to be either in our base or in some other buildings called a barn for us to be able to use them to actually use them to make buildings and stuff like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab one of these from the food, and we'll have him running the planks all the way over to our base, which is going to take it's quite a distance. So that's why we'll put a path down, and he should run a little bit quicker. There we go. And we need to get a bunch of these into our base to be able to then use them to do things. And the first thing we're going to be using these planks for is to upgrade our house. Now, upgrading our house has many benefits. First of all, it will consume goods faster, which is a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing because you will get more money. It's a bad thing because if you're not providing enough goods and enough food, the happiness is going to go down. But the main reason we want to upgrade them is it's going to increase our population. So upgrading this house to level 2 is going to add 2 more workers for us to be able to use, which is very nice. Let me go pop another path down here just so they can move just a little bit quicker. There we go. So, we have upgraded our house, and the next stage is to upgrade our base, which is going to be very nice, because upgrading our base not only increases our inventory, it allows us to put 4 new houses down, which is going to be very nice. So, that's what we're going to need to do. If we actually click on it, we can see we need to get 10 planks. We currently have 4 available here. We've got the money, we've got the stone, we have the happiness, which we need to keep pretty high to then upgrade our base. But at the moment, this is this could actually use another worker to be able to bring some down into the base, because right now it's max wood and it's max planks. So having 2 little guys running back and forth is at least going to fill this up a little bit quicker, but we're going to get to a point where this could be automated, and we might not even need to the lumber mill to send these planks to our base. They can go to somewhere else instead. But there we go, we have 10 planks. We have a nice indication here that we can upgrade our base. So let's do that. We've got 4 more houses that we can place down, and also a food market, which is very nice. A food market makes things so much easier to feed all of our population. So I think that's the next thing that we need to place down. Yes, it is. It'll automatically buy food for them. So that means that, as you can see, these little workers right now, they're running to every single individual house. If we place a food market down, you can see like the green ring that we have here. It'll then buy for all of those houses in that ring. Now, we're actually missing out on a few planks for the moment, but I'm going to place that down. Where should we place that down? I'm just trying to think the best place to place it down. I might place it down. I'm trying to think, where would we want our houses? Maybe I might place it down just over here, just because that's covering a decent amount above the houses that we've already got. So we can actually think about more houses in the future that we're going to be wanting to feed. So I think I might place it down here for now. There we go. And then our workers over here will automatically start going to those houses, which is also quite nice. I'm just going to go and fill that up like that, just so it's a little bit easier for them to kind of wander around and stuff. So they're automatically going to go to the market instead of each individual house, and that's going to be quite nice. But we can make even more money by making a grain mill. In a grain mill, we can use the grain to turn it into flour. That flour can then get sold at the market and sell it for more money. So that is the next thing that we need to do. That is not what I meant to click on just then. We meant to click on the grain mill, which is right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this way. As you can see, there's an arrow coming out of it. That is going to be where our products leave. And I'm actually going to select all of these to go to the grain mill, and then we're going to select flour like that. So it takes 3 grain for 4 seconds to produce 1 flour, but it is going to sell at a higher value. And all we need to do now is have the flour go into the food market. And this is going to be our first automated production. If we go over here, actually I'm going to show you the proper way and go to build, go to paths. We have a path and we also have a chute. Now the chutes cannot go uphill, but they can take certain products downhill. And as you can see, we have a red arrow here, which means that's where the products are going to come from. So if we place this here, boop, there we go. The flour is instantly going into the food market and is going to sell to all of them. And as you can see, as long as the grain mill is provided with wheat, it will then produce flour, which will go straight into the food market. And happy days. What I'm also going to do right now is quickly upgrade the rest of these houses, just so we have a few more population to work with. I might even put another 3 just on the grain mill for now, just so we can try and get a decent amount of yellow coins stacking up. How are we doing over here? We're still kind of like more planks than anything else, but we should be able to tackle that in just a second. We have a workshop that allows us to create wood wheels, conveyor belts, and many other things. And this is when we're starting to get into more of the automated system. Right now, we have our little workers running around doing a lot of stuff, but we're going to be changing that up very shortly, and you will see why. It's going to take a little bit of time, but we can get a lot of things automated where we don't really need too many of these workers running around. It's going to be more automated from chutes and conveyor belts and things like that. So let's go ahead and pop down a workshop. Now I think I might leave a gap here because I want to put a barn into this space. The barn is going to be used to store a lot of planks and stuff like that. Or I guess I could put the barn on the other side as well. Let's just do the workshop here for now. There we go. So we've unlocked the barn, the stonemason, the fence, half stairs, and the wagon. The wagon is what we are going to be wanting to focus on, because that's going to be able to transfer 4 things at a time. There you go. Barns are a special storage structure. Any item you place in there is usable when placing new building or purchasing an upgrade. So a barn is kind of like the base, where it's like a shared storage. So it is very, very nice. But we are going to want to work on some wood wheels in just a second, which is going to take 2 planks to make 1 wooden wheel. But first of all, let us place a barn down. That is going to go... where should we place that? I might move it back a little bit, I think. I'm going to place it back 1. Or actually, you know what, actually, let's move it over. I'm just going to turn it to its side like that. There we go. No, that doesn't look too nice. I'm just going to keep it as it is like that for now. That's fine. And it will do a couple of paths. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have, instead of the workers going into the lumber mill for now, I'm going to have them placing it into the barn. Just for now. Just for now. And then what we're going to be doing is we're going to be having it... Where are you going? Are you going all the way around? You going the long way around? Yes, you are. Let me just surround that completely then, just so it's a little bit quicker for you. We're going to be having these guys filling up the barn instead, just so that is a storage of wood that we can use when we need to. And then I'm going to be having 1 guy pass them into the lumber mill, which is going to be a nice quick transfer. And it should fill up a little bit quicker than the planks. And the planks are going into our base right here now instead. So instead of going into there, we can place those into the barn instead, because it's much closer, isn't it? It's much closer. And actually, you know what? I just set them to take it over there. It kind of doesn't make sense for them to do that, because they could simply just put it here and then the lumber mill's going to put planks here. We still have this filling up with plenty of wood, so we don't need to worry about that, do we? Anyway, the barn has been built. Let's work on creating a wagon, which can move 4 items at once, but they cannot harvest items. So there is kind of like a drawback, and they move faster on roads, whereas workers move quicker on other stuff. Where are you going? You're filling wood up that way, aren't you? So there is no more wood for you. Which one is going from the barn? Is it you? Yeah, it's you. I'm going to delete you for a second because we don't need you, do we? We don't need you because you can transfer along that way. And then we want another little guy over here. It's going to be transferring them into here. You can just hold off for a second. Actually, I'm going to remove you for a second. And you can move things across here. And then we're going to get a couple of wooden wheels. As you can see, it's making our first wooden wheel here. To make a wagon, we need a worker and 4 wooden wheels and some planks as well. I actually didn't realize we needed the planks, but it's a good job we have a bunch of them in this barn and also some on our base, which is quite nice. What are you doing? You're moving them into there as well. Well, let me move you across. Actually, you know what? We'll remove you for a second as well. When you have too many workers around, it does become a little bit confusing of exactly what's going on. We do have the 4 wagons though now, so let's move these into the barn. And once we get 4 of them in the barn, we can create a wagon. And then once we've got the wagon, we should be able to move 4 items at a time, which is going to be very nice. There we go. Do we have them? Do we have our 4 wheels? We do have our 4 wheels. And boom. There we go. Wagon complete. So these move quicker on roads. Right now we're going to be keeping with the paths, but they can move multiple at the same time. So I'm going to remove you for now, and we're going to have you transferring the wheels into... There we go. Excellent. I'm going to go surround you by a path as well, just for now. Just so if anyone wants to go any direction, they can do. But we're going to get a nice stack of wagons appearing. We're also going to have the lumber mill making a few more planks. I don't think I need too many wagons at the moment, so I might get another 2 wheels, and then you can start putting the planks back into here instead. Because I feel like planks being stored is going to be quite useful. But we now have the wagon done, and we can put things into chutes, like natural resources, like grain, wood, stone, etc., etc. So the way that we're going to do this is we're going to delete that path. We're going to have... Actually, we want it going into the grain mill, don't we? Ah, okay. Well, let me go ahead and move this around over this way. There we go. And then we're going to remove this. And we're going to have this going into that way. And what we're going to do now is we're going to just simply have a chute going like this. And then all of our little guys here are simply going to put the grain into the chute instead. And then it's just going to go straight into the machine. So it means they don't have to travel as far. Unless you're these little guys over here for some random reason. I don't know why they're going that far. But as you can see, we can just simply put a chute down. And they can place the chute into here. Not that it makes much of a difference right now, but it will do later on when we don't really have as much grain. So right now, this isn't really very productive, but at least it gets the quest out of the way. And let's say the grain was all the way over here. Instead of them needing to run from here all the way over to the grain mill, they can simply just put it in a chute and the chute will take it down. Right now, though, I think that's absolutely fine. That is absolutely fine at the moment. Next, we've got to work on a stonemason that can be used to make stone bricks, that can be used for advanced buildings. So I always find myself running out of stone bricks. I always tend to use them for other things. So I want to get a nice supply of stone bricks. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make the stonemason. I'm going to make it pretty close to the... let's place it here. There we go. We've gone on to well, road, stone wall, stone bridge. Lots of stone things there. So I'm going to go ahead and get our little guys over here carrying this stone over to the stone workshop instead. And we're going to go get them making a stone brick, which is 4 stone, 4 seconds to make 1 stone brick. So yes, it does take a little bit of time. It takes quite a little bit of stone, which is why I always see myself running out. But I don't think we need this many of these guys working on here right now. So I'm going to go remove some of those. Let's remove 1 more worker as well. I don't know why you're not moving, so I'm going to just delete that. I don't know why it wasn't moving. Maybe it was on a slight hill. I don't know if it was on a slight hill or not. It didn't look like it to me. I mean, it feels like 3 of these workers might be okay just to supply a decent amount of food at the moment. And as you can see, we've run out of trees over here, so these workers are having to come all the way over here now to try and get some wood. But luckily, we have a bunch of wood in this supply over here. But we have a stonemason now, which is excellent. We're then going to place that stonemason into a barn. So we do have a nice supply of stone bricks being made. So I'm going to go ahead and place another path down. We're going to go get our wagon over here. That's going to bring the stone bricks into the barn. So right now we have 10. And then the stone should start slowly stocking up. But this will slowly bring the stone into the barn. And then we can use that to build things, which is quite nice. I might actually go ahead and get another worker and just put some stone in here as well. Just because then we can have 3 at once. And I'm gonna fill that up a little bit, just so they're not getting a little bit confused of who's taking up what space. And we do have a bunch of stone here to be able to collect a lot. So that's going to be quite nice. These are still collecting wood over here. I might actually have them to... Is there 3 of them? Do I have 3 of them? I have 3 of them. Well, you know what? Let's just... I'm going to leave them collecting these trees so they can clear them out slowly. But I'm going to have them go into the lumber mill. There we go. They can go into the lumber mill, and they can start filling this up a little bit more. If we've got more of them working on the lumber mill, then that's just better for everyone, isn't it? And then we have a lot of planks building up over here. We can upgrade the barn as well to be able to allow it to store more. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do it here as well. There we go. Nice. The bed can be upgraded again. Nice. We need... Oh, we know 10 wood wheels. Okay. So let's start working on those wooden wheels then, so we can upgrade our base again, which allows us to have more storage in our base, but also be able to build those 4 more houses. And I actually didn't place my other houses down. What am I doing? I am slacking. I did not place my houses down. Well, let's go and place those down nice and quickly, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So we've got a lot more people now that we can have. We've got a lot more food that we probably need to produce as well. So I might actually delete these chutes now. I don't need the chutes. Let's pop another 3 of them down. We'll just have them all go into the grain mill instead. I feel like that's more productive, to be honest, than going into the chute. But I need to get the chute done for the quest. But we do need to do ourselves some more wheels. So I'm going to have you bring in those into the workshop for now instead. And then we'll have another little worker bringing those into the barn. And then, oh, we only need 1 more anyway to be able to upgrade. Fair enough. There we go. I didn't realize we only needed 1 more. Excellent. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Well, we did just unlock the school, which is something we're going to get into in just a little bit, which is going to be useful for doing new things, conveyor belt systems, and things like that. But it's not a bad start so far. There's going to be a lot of changes once we do unlock some other things, and we can like flatten out over here if we want to, or we can just build on that level. I'm not exactly sure just yet, because it does seem to be a little bit hilly over there. So I may want to flatten it out a little bit, but let's do the general goods quickly, which can sell planks and stone bricks. And this is why I always tend to be low on stone bricks, because I sell them for coins, basically. So we want to go and do a general goods, which is in, there it is, a general store. It works very similar to the market. So as you can see, we have a ring, and that ring's used to determine on exactly where things can be sold. I might put it right next to the market here. Although that chute's kind of blocking the way, isn't it? So we've got a lot of wheat here. We have more wheat over there. It's just going to mean that we're going to need to run further. So what might happen in a little bit is I'll remove some of these trees. Might leave the mill here. And then the chute will kind of like take the grain from here all the way down. For right now, though, we just want to get this going. So I'm just going to place this down like that. Let's just place... Nope, didn't mean to do that. Let's place a path going around like that. I know the carts work better on roads, but we are going to be selling some stone brick to the general store. So let's go ahead and get a couple more. Am I still getting the wheels? I am still getting the wheels. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. We've got 20 of those now. So I'm going to have you disappear. And then you can put some planks in there. There we go. And you can start taking those back to the barn. Let us go ahead and get ourselves another wagon. And this wagon is going to be used to bring the stone bricks all the way over here to the general store. And it seems to be taking this route instead, which I actually didn't think about. I'll rotate that around, and we'll just go ahead and remove these paths. It doesn't look very pretty, so I guess it kind of works. These guys have got to go all the way over here now. But it's a little bit of a journey, but it'll be fine. So I'm curious how we are doing here on production. Like, that's taking 4 stone. I don't think we're going to make 4 stone in the time that he gets back. There's 1 stone. Let's see here, shall we? We've got 38 stone. Let's see how many we're going to be able to make by the time he gets back. So we'll let him take 4 stone away, and then we'll count how many we get. So we're on 36. We was on 40 when he picked him up. So let's see how many we're going to be on. If we can get to around 40, if we get slightly above 40, that would be perfect. I think that would be amazing. What are we on? 39. Oh, it's going to be close. It's going to be close. Okay, so he's taking 1 stone just a little bit sooner. Let's get another worker in here. Let's see if that's going to make a difference. Let's fill it a little bit more in the path system. Maybe that's going to make a difference. We was on 40. Let's see what we can get up to here. What are we going to be on? We're on 39 right now. There's 36. While that's doing that as well, I actually totally didn't mention, if we go over here to our economy, we can actually see what things sell for. So grain sells for 1, flour sells for 5, and these are gold coins. We also have red coins, and the stone brick that we are making right now is actually giving us red coins. If we scroll down here a little bit to stone brick, where is stone brick? Where is stone brick? Have I gone past it? I have gone past it. Where is stone brick? Stone brick is, here we go. So 1 stone brick gives 1 red coin. So as you can see, we have 24 right now. That means we put 24 pieces of stone in there. And we're back up to 40. So it seems like that extra worker might be making the difference for us to then be balancing out between the stone brick we're selling to the stone brick we're making. Maybe we might be 1 ahead. It actually seems like we might be 1 ahead. Are we going to be 1 ahead? We are. So we're going to be making slightly more stone, which is actually a good thing. I'm actually quite happy about that. So that's a good thing. We are definitely going to be storing a little bit more stone. So I'm not too bothered with that carrying on like that. I'm not too bothered about that right now. Of course, as the stone gets further away, we're not going to be able to put it in the stonemason quite as quickly, so it might balance out to be able to start losing a little bit. But for now, I'm kind of happy with how that's going. So there we have the red coin. And I think I'm going to leave the episode there. In the next episode, we are going to be starting on the school, which allows us to research many new buildings and technologies like conveyor belts, and being able to automatically farm grain and automatically farm trees and things like that. So I've only touched the surface on all of these technologies, but we can have conveyor belts which can manually pull things out of buildings and then take them somewhere, rather than needing people to transfer them, or sometimes wagons to transfer them. So that is something we're going to be taking a look in the next episode. But nonetheless, hopefully you guys did enjoy it. I love the game. I love the art style of it. I love these little workers that we have, and I think it's like a really fun production automation game. So hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video. If you did, make sure to drop a like down below. I might make a few more episodes on this because I actually find it really, really fun. So hopefully you guys enjoy watching as well. But nonetheless, thank you very much for watching. My name is Zero, and I will catch you all in another video.